Hola, hola, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's me, Laura, and if you're new here, hola. This is going to be part two of the things I learned the hard way. And also, I'm in my 30s. The reason why I'm making these type of videos right now is because a lot of people forget or they just feel like they are stuck. I'm just doing this to give you the heads up that you're not stuck. You are in the spot that you need to be, and that's because they're showing you something. Everything in life, whether it's good or bad, is showing you something. And by the end of the day, we have to take whatever we're going through, understand it, respect it. There's going to be times where we're going to hold on to it, and times where we're going to make room for it until we make peace with it. So this one is going to be 8 things that I learned the hard way instead of 5, because I'm knowing and I'm noticing that the first video that I did, it was just touching the surface. This is going to touch another layer. So number one is going to be grief. There's different stages of grief. I'm telling you this because I am going through a situation right now. I can't talk about it. Maybe later on down the future I will. Right now I can't, but grief is different. There's different steps, there's different levels, and each of them are going to show you something. It's going to make you uncomfortable, it's going to make you feel all types of emotions. You're going to feel happy some days, you're going to feel hate some days, you're going to feel a little bit of everything. Right now I'm on the stage of why is this happening and what can I do. And one of my neighbors months ago, he gave me the best advice that I needed to hear, and that is everybody grieves differently. And that is completely true. We all do. I'm not gonna get so touchy because I'm still mad, and I still feel a certain type of way about what's going on. So all I could tell you is this grief is just going to not just change you, but it's going to show you and let you know, like, hey, you have to learn when this person is going to be around and when they're not going to be around. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to adapt. And yes, it's going to hurt. You still going to have to adapt to that. So just know there's grief. There's a lot of different levels to it. Everybody's going to grieve differently. You have to respect that. And you're not going to heal from that. You're going to have to learn how to live with that, whether you like it or not. If you see me looking down, it's because I have a little sheet of paper that I like to write things down on. So, yeah. Number two is going to be memories. You're going to have good and bad. This is something that I suggest. I rather take pictures. I love recording places that I go to, food that, I eat, especially when I go out to eat with my friends, like taking pictures of the place and the food as well. I also like to take it with the disposable camera. I feel like, don't get me wrong, taking pictures with the phone and videos as well is great, but there's times where the phones we have now is not like the ones back then. The phones now, they just, I don't know, it depends what phone you have, but some phones, they just be messing up out of the blue. They sometimes, if you want to like change phones, chances of you getting those pictures are 50-50. Like there's a lot of people be like, oh, I have no problem. Like I change phones and my pictures are there, everything uploaded, and then some just be like, everything that I had at that phone, all the pictures, all the memories, all that is there and is not working no more. And that hurts. So for me, this is something that I suggest. Don't just take pictures and videos with your phone. Also have like a camera or the disposable camera, you know. Do it like the old school ways. I feel like that's fun. You having to take out the photo book and just looking at the pictures, making memories. It's fun. And the reason why I also mentioned the bad memories is bad moments are going to teach you something as well. They're going to shape you. They're going to tell you, like, hey, you see how you feel? You see what you're going through? This is going to be temporary. Make sure it's temporary because now you know what's best for you. You don't have to repeat this. Now you know that this is something that scared you, that scarred you, that left something that hurt. You don't have to stay for it. Just don't. So that's what I recommend. Like, hey, don't just take pictures with your phone and videos. Start doing things that you know you could go back and you could actually have with you. Number three is going to be people acting up. The reason why I say people acting up because you have some people that actually you put them in their place, you call them out, they'll get offended. I'm the type of person I'd rather be around people that love me, that's gonna correct me, that's gonna let me know, hey, you wrong for that. Hey, you could have done that better. Hey, that was rude. Thank you for telling me those things to my face, not behind my back, because I know there's a lot of people nowadays. They could see you walking the wrong road, the wrong path, making the wrong decision. And there's some that they will give you the heads up, like, hey, don't, or they give you advice, or they let you know. Guess what? At least they let you know. But I noticed that there's a lot of people that they see the danger, they see the bad, and they just let you. What I mean by that is, I'm gonna give you like a little example. This was when I was in my 20s. There was this guy that I really wanted to see. I had a crush on him, and I was with my friend at that time. Uh, and I was just like, oh my God, I told her, I was like, I really like this guy. Like, I really want to look nice. And I was just like, okay, here I go. Something told me to look in the mirror. And so I did. My hair was completely messed up and it was like all over the place. And I remember it was like that because it was summertime. It was so humid out and I was already sweaty. I was just like, oh my God, this is horrible. But I fixed myself up and I looked at her. I was just like, why you didn't tell me I looked crazy? And she just had a smirk on her face. And I was just like, okay. Um, Little things like that, even though it's small, that taught me something and that let me know, like, hey, just because you hanging out with someone, that doesn't mean anything. Always check yourself. So yeah, I hung out with people that, like, I gave them the heads up, like, hey, that was a little rude, that was disrespectful, I don't like that, and they'll do it again. And in my head I was just like, I don't know if they did that on purpose to get a reaction or they did that to see, you know what they could get away with. If I told you twice, like, hey, that's rude, that's disrespectful, and you continue to do it, I'm gonna cut you off and I'm not even gonna let you know. I'm gonna just distance myself from you. You just letting me know that, like, hey, that's who you are. You're not gonna change, and you wanna see what else you could do. There's some people that they have bad habits because their family didn't correct it. Their their relatives thought it was cool, it was okay. As we get older, that's not cool at all. And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of people that they're my age and older, and some are also in their 20s and they think it's cool to do things that they know they're not supposed to. By the end of the day, those type of people, I'll just leave them alone because eventually they will either grow out of it or they will just continue being that way and they'll find somebody they'll put up that will be putting up with their stuff. But for me, if I can't sit down with you and talk things out, if I can't sit down with you and like keep it 100 with you, if I can't just be comfortable when I'm around you, we can't be friends. Because that's just letting me know, like, hey, I have to walk on eggshells. I can't be real with you. I cannot tell you the truth because you will feel a certain type of way. I remember hanging out with people and it would be so cool. And then the minute more people start coming in, they start acting funny, they start acting up. And I'm just like, what for? I literally had someone when I was younger done that to me. And I told them, I was just like, hey, you be acting different once we start hanging out in groups with people. And they kept denying it until something happened and I pointed it out. And they were just like, yeah, and what? I was just like, cool. I told myself that's my cue to go. I'm not gonna change up just because there's people around me or I want to look cool or show off. To me, I don't have to be doing none of that, especially if I'm around people that I'm comfortable with. I want them to see that I'm goofy. I want them to see that, like, I want them to see me. I want them to see this is who I am. This is my personality. This is my style. This is how I talk when I'm around people that I love, that I'm comfortable with, that I respect. This is who I am. But if I know I can be myself around you, best believe I will be quiet as hell and I will just say a few things here and there. I will not be talking to you as much. Not because I don't feel comfortable, but because you are showing me, like, hey, you can be yourself around me. And that's my cue of let me not show who I am because you giving me the heads up, like, I can't be myself. So, yeah. And one last thing, if there's people that they be like, oh, this person used to call me names when we were in second grade, third grade. I remember. And you in your 30s or late 20s and you still think about that. In my head, I was just like, hey, like before when I was in my 20s, I'll think about that and I'll hold grudges. Now, I'm just like, there's no point of me holding grudges. We were all young and we were all, you know, saying names to each other. That is not going to affect me now. Instead of that, like, listen, this is how I see it. Because when I was younger, I had bad acne and they used to just like say things about my face and things like that. That just encouraged me to take care of to take good care of my skin. That's it. Did I forgive those people that were teasing me? Yeah, we were young. It's just like now that our late 20s, our 30s, there's no point of me holding on to that. I feel like everyone is different and the situation is different. My situation never got physical. It was just with words. But for some people, I can't speak on their behalf because I don't know the situation they were in. But for me, it was just words. And yeah, they hurt. But by the end of the day, I'm just like, I'm an adult now. I don't care. They don't pay my bills. And also, it's like, I cannot be stuck in the past. I'm not haunted by my past. Number four is going to be about role models. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I unfollow a lot of people on social media, and I started following people that has the same style, or they have something that I really want to learn about, or their page just caught my attention. I started, following more people that love to cook at home. I love that. That motivates me. That's just letting me know, like, hey, cook at home, cook healthier, eat healthier. If you want your body to feel this way, you should do this more, exercise more, go out more, you know, things like that. I started seeing it more and I love that. So what I'm trying to say is if you're going to be Look at things that are important, that are helpful, not things that is not gonna really is not is nothing. I also like looking at like funny videos because I like to laugh here and there, role models. I love talking to people that are teaching me, that are showing me. When I remember when I was in my 20s, I had people that they were in their 40s, 60s. And I remember this because I remember working at the supermarket and having little conversations with, people coming in, buying their food and things like that. I remember I was talking to this older guy and I was just like ringing his products, and I told him, I was just like, I really want to go to culinary school. He was just like, go, do it. Nothing should be stopping you. You're young. Take advantage. Go. And in my head, I was just like, oh my God, that's what I needed to hear. Thank you. And that's exactly what I did. And I remember just talking to this lady. Also, she was older than me. She was telling me at that time I was taking care of my skin more, and she was just like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it because it's important. Once you hit my age, you're going to start realizing like, hey, you have to do more of this, less of this, and appreciate this more. And I was just like, thank you. Like, I really wanted to hear that a lot. Like, thank you so much. And it was just like having those little moments with strangers, just having those inspiring motivational conversation was what hit me. And I think that's one of the reasons why I just keep going forward when it comes to certain things. Having people that I love, you know my small circle, just letting them know like, hey, this is how I feel, this is what I'm thinking about, just by them hearing me out and letting me know like, hey, do it. Like, there's everything, a little bit of everything. You have your pros and cons. If you're gonna be doing that, just remember you're gonna be feeling like this, you're gonna be feeling like that, but do it. That is important. I feel like talking to older people that are doing something with their life, that are active, that just want to keep moving forward in life, those are my role models. And that's one of the reasons why I follow certain pages on social media, because in my head I was just like, they not teaching me nothing. I'd rather follow someone that is being active, that is being real with themselves. And not everything that's on social media is being shown. People only show what they want to show. That's another thing that I learned. So yeah, um having people around you that actually gives a crap about you, that loves you, I feel like those are my role models as well, because when I'm surrounded by people that love me, that's just a reminder for me to keep going in life, not just for myself, but also for them. And I just want to say this, a lot of people be like, oh, but you're an adult, you shouldn't be having role models. It doesn't matter what stage you're in. I'm in my 30s. The reason why I say like role models is because there's people that they're in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and they are glowing. They are moving forward. They are trying things that they wouldn't do when they were in their 20s or 30s. And I'm just like, wow, like you actually doing this. I love that. You moving forward and you're not stopping. That to me is great. If one day someone that they're in their early 20s are asking for advice or just having a conversation about something that they really want to do, I'm not gonna discourage them and be like, no, you can't do that. It's not for you. It's not your fit. Do it. Once you are in the field that you want to be in, you understand, get your feet wet, learn, make mistakes. When you make mistakes, you're learning. Making a mistake is not saying that you're failing. Making a mistake is telling you, hey, that way is not going to work. Let's try it this way. Let's try it another way. Let's do plan A, plan B, plan C. A lot of people be like, oh, but I'm just scared because that costs money. Yeah, money comes and goes. Time doesn't. And I learned that there's so much time that I put on people. Some that I'm happy, some that I'm just like, I wasted my time. But guess what? Those two taught me something about myself, not just them. Number five is going to be social media. I am not saying that social media is everything is bad, but like I said, whatever you let your brain to let in your brain, there's certain things that you should let out as well. I stay away from pages that they love to talk about drama, that they love to talk about, hurting people, just being negative. I keep my distance from pages like that. To me, that's not teaching me anything. That's just letting me know, like, hey, there's still people that love to spread hate. I don't need to be on social media 24/7. The reason why I say that is because I seen people that they so fixed on their phones, and I feel like I'm one of those. So that's why I'm trying to get myself out of being on my phone all the time, holding my phone, depending on my phone for everything. I feel like the phones are made the way they made for on purpose. They made like that for we could be stuck on our phones. And before, this is why I like the early 2000s and the 90s. Before we used to talk to people like, do you know where this street is at? Do you know where this store is at? And people will stop and help. And now, just take out your phone and look for yourself. And even if Google's acting up and it's taking you to the different side, even though it's right in front of you, because sometimes Google be playing games. It be making you do a whole round and be like, all right, you finished doing your exercise. Okay, now this is where you actually supposed to be at. Google be doing that. It has done it to me several times, and I'm just like, I'm done. Like, let me just sit down because Google be doing too much. But yeah, um, don't be so fixed on social media. Like, get your head out and just hang out with your friends, hang out with your family, or just have some alone time. I feel like that's important as well. Number six is going to be do it yourself. There's a lot of people that be like, oh, I'm gonna need help, and can you help me out with this? And they'd be like, sure. That doesn't mean let them put all the work in. That means you have to do it as well. And once they teach you, once you take your notes, once you start doing the things that it's getting you out of your comfort zone, you're doing it on your own. That's the best thing to do. Do things on your own. Not, don't do things in group all the time. A lot of people be like, oh, I can't do it alone. It's weird. And it's just, I guess you can. You have to be comfortable with yourself. And that's one of them. Do it yourself. By going out to eat, by, picking up a hobby and stuff like that. You don't have to do it with somebody. You could do it on your own. Number seven is going to be similar to, number six, pick up a hobby and things like that. But I also adding reading. There's a lot of people that don't like to read. Nowadays, you could just hear, the book and things like that. I feel like it's pretty cool. Never stop learning. It doesn't matter what age you're in. That's the best thing about life is growing and learning and getting old. A lot of people don't like getting old. My thing is, I see that as a blessing. I feel like you're getting older. Not a lot of people make it the age that you're in. Appreciate the good and the bad, and also understand this. The older you're getting, the more you start to realize that the little things in life are important, and also the big things. But you have to appreciate the little because the little are the ones that's like, hey, this is small, but look how it made you feel. Now look at the big. And the last one is number 8, traveling. Hold on, this is my mom. All right, you guys. Number 8 is going to be traveling. A lot of people been telling me like, hey, I feel uncomfortable traveling by myself. I've never done it, and I feel like don't overthink it too much. I love traveling by myself, and I also travel with people before. The reason why I love traveling by myself is because I make my own schedule. I wake up whatever time I want to wake up. I'm not the type of person that pretty much complains a lot. I'm more of a like I love to walk, and I don't mind walking an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't mind doing that. I know some people do, but I'm a walker. I love walking. I don't mind that at all. I love nature. I love hiking. There's a lot of things that I love doing and things that I want to try that I never tried before. So yeah, solo traveling for me it's fun, but also you have to be careful and be cautious as well. Don't just read the room, but also read the people. I'm gonna give you a great example. When I went to Japan, I noticed when going up the escalator, people stand on one side. If you're not in a rush, you just stand on one side, and then the people that need to, go, they just go up the other side. The other side, nobody stands, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is cool and very organized. I really like that, so I started doing that as well. There's a lot of things that I picked up when I lived in Japan for 3 months that it stood with me, and till this day I still do it just because I feel like it's respectful and it's something that I'm just like, hey, it makes sense and I like it. So yeah, I feel like traveling is important. You should do it. You never done it, try it. Go somewhere small, do camping, but like I said before, always be careful, especially how this world is. It's like there's always something going on. Just be careful, be cautious. Read the rules, learn about the law. And if you go into another country, respect the country, respect their rules. You have to understand you're a guest in their house. You're not from there, so there's gonna be certain things they're gonna be like, "Hey, I'm not used to that." And it's just like, yeah, you're not used to it because you're not from there. You don't live there. There's people that they from there. That's what they used to. That's what they grew up with. It's like, you're in a different environment, so you have to respect that. And yeah, I think those 8 things are very important. And the reason why I added do it yourself for number 6 and hobbies and reading books for number 7, they pretty much similar, is because do it yourself, it could be from traveling to trying new hobbies to, you know, helping yourself. There's certain things, nobody's perfect, and there's things that we all have to work on. That's something that you have to do yourself. You can't let somebody else put in the work. So, yeah, I hope this video helps. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.